You ever ask yourself why? Why you're still standing, still breathing, still dragging yourself through this messed up world? Why you haven't broken yet? Me? I ask that every day. I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize the person staring back at me. They look at you, at us, and they think they know. They think they understand the weight you carry, but they don't. They never will. They have no idea. They see a fighter, a warrior, someone who's always standing tall. But what they don't see, what they could never see, is the war you're waging inside. The demons clawing at your soul, trying to drag you down into darkness. It's not just the bruises on the outside that hurt. It's the scars no one can see, the ones no one ever asks about. So tell me, why do you keep going? For them? For their fake smiles and hollow praise? Hell no. You keep going for you. For every shattered part of yourself that you'll never let them see. They'll never know what it's like to be broken like you, to feel like you're drowning in a world that doesn't care. But you keep breathing, keep fighting, because you don't have a choice. Ever felt like the weight of the world was pressing down on your chest, suffocating you? Like every breath you take is harder than the last. It's not because you're weak. It's because life's a battlefield, and sometimes you're the one on the ground, gasping for air, bleeding, and nobody's coming to pick you up. No one's coming to save you. It's all on you. They tell you to keep fighting, don't they? As if you don't already know that. As if you don't already wake up every damn morning knowing that life is about to throw another punch. It doesn't care if you're already bruised, already broken. It'll keep knocking you down until you forget why you started fighting in the first place. But here's the thing. You don't stop. Not because you want to, but because you have no choice. The only option is to rise. You rise because the world doesn't stop. You rise because there's nothing else to do but fight. Pain. It's all you know, right? Maybe it's all you've ever known. You're standing there, fists clenched, teeth grinding, holding back tears, but you don't let them see it. Do you? You wear your pain like armor. Every tear, every scar, every night spent in darkness, every scream that's stuck inside your throat, it's part of you now. And you don't let them see the cracks, the ones you've been hiding with every ounce of willpower you have left. Because this world doesn't care about your pain. It only cares if you can rise after every hit, after every betrayal. Sometimes it's not about fighting. Sometimes it's about survival. About dragging yourself through the blood, the sweat, the tears. When your body's screaming for you to stop, for you to quit, but you don't. You can't. Because you know tomorrow will hurt just as much, but you'll rise anyway. And that makes you dangerous. You've been to hell, and guess what? You're still here, still breathing, still fighting. They don't know your hell. They never will. But they'll feel your presence. They'll see the fire in your eyes and know that you've seen the darkness, and you came out stronger. They won't hear your screams when no one's around. They won't feel the ache in your chest when it feels like everything is crumbling. But that's okay. You're not doing this for them. You're doing this for the part of you that's still fighting, for the part of you that refuses to let go, for the warrior inside that's still alive, even if no one else can see it. Why does it always feel like it's you? Why does the weight of the world always fall on your shoulders like life is picking you out from the crowd and putting a target on your back? No matter how hard you fight, how fast you run, it's always there, chasing you. Yeah, I wonder that too. Maybe it's because we're built for it. We can take it. We can carry it. We can handle the pain when others break. We can keep moving forward when it feels like everything is pulling us down. It gets heavy, doesn't it? But you don't stop. You don't quit. You keep grinding, even when it feels like you're breaking. because that's what warriors do. They don't quit. They fight. They fall. They rise. And when they do, they don't just rise. They come back stronger. And you're not done yet. So rise. Stand tall. Let them feel the power in your silence. Let them see the strength in your scars. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Because your success will be the ultimate revenge. And when you rise from this, when you rise from the ashes, they'll know your name. They'll remember you. And they'll wish they never tried to break you. Now, get up. Rebuild. Prove them wrong. Show them who you really are. Because you are unstoppable. It feels like you're drowning. It feels like you're sinking. Like no matter how hard you fight, the weight pulls you down. But here's the truth that no one else is going to tell you. Nobody's coming to save you. There's no hand reaching out. No one's coming to lift you from the shadows you're trapped in. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes you dangerous. Because you've learned to save yourself. You've learned how to crawl out of your own hell, even when the flames are licking at your heels. They don't get it. They think the strongest ones are the ones who never fall, the ones who never break. But that's where they're wrong. Real strength isn't in never being broken. It's in being broken 1,000 times and still getting up. It's in looking at the worst of it all and still saying, I'm not done, not yet. They'll never understand that kind of power. They think they know strength, but what they know is the strength of someone who's never been tested, someone who's never had to claw their way out of the dark. You know what real strength is? It's when you're on your knees, blood in your mouth, and you still refuse to give up. You spit out that blood, you wipe away those tears, and you get back into the fight. Why? Because that's all you know how to do. You fight, even when it feels like there's nothing left inside you. You fight. And yes, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it. You ask yourself, is all this pain worth it? Is all this struggle, all these endless battles worth it? But you don't have a choice. You didn't ask for this. You didn't ask for the weight, the war, the pain. But here you are. And here's the truth. You've got no choice but to keep moving, to keep fighting, to keep surviving. They don't understand. They think strength is a choice. But for you, it's survival. It's the only way you know how to live, to fight through the pain, to keep going when every inch of you is screaming to stop, to keep breathing when every part of you wants to give in. The darkness is always there, isn't it? It waits for you, lurking at the edges of your mind, whispering in your ear, calling your name. It wants you to let go. It wants you to give in, but you don't. Not because you're not tempted, but because you know that once you let it in, it'll never leave. So you fight. Every day, every night. You fight the darkness. You fight yourself. And maybe, just maybe, that's the hardest part. Fighting the part of you that's tired, that's broken, that's ready to give up. But you don't. You can't. You've come too far. You've been through too much. And you refuse to let it end like this. It's the kind of pain you can't explain, the kind that eats you from the inside out. It makes you feel like you're walking through life with a wound that will never heal. And no one sees it. No one understands. You smile. You laugh. You pretend like everything is fine. But inside you're screaming. It's not that you don't want help. It's that you know no one can help you. No one can take away that pain. No one can fix what's broken inside of you. So you live with it. You carry it every damn day. And you fight. Not because you want to, but because you have to. Because it's the only way to survive. And you know what the hardest part
endless fight. The hardest part is that you've got no one to share it with, no one who truly understands. You look around and everyone else seems fine. They seem to have it all together. They're living in a world you can't reach, a world you'll never be part of. Maybe that's true. Maybe you're cut from a different cloth. Maybe you were meant to carry this weight so others don't have to. But damn, it gets lonely. You want to reach out. You want to let someone in. But how do you explain the kind of darkness that lives inside you? How do you let someone into a place that even you are terrified to go? So you keep it locked up, and you keep fighting alone. They look at you, and they think they see strength. They think they see someone who has it all together, someone who's unbreakable. But they don't see the cracks. They don't see the nights you've spent on your knees, begging for the pain to stop. They don't see the times you stood at the edge, wondering if it's even worth it anymore.
But maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they don't need to see. Because if they did, what could they do? Nothing. This is your fight, your burden, your hell. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes you stronger than them. Because you carry it. You survive it. You live through it, even when it feels like it's killing you. And here's the thing they'll never understand. They'll never know the kind of strength it takes just to get out of bed in the morning. The kind of courage it takes to face another day, knowing it's just going to be more of the same. More pain, more struggle, more darkness. But you do it anyway. You rise, you rebuild, you fight, and you'll keep fighting until the day you finally show them what true strength really is. So here's your call to action. Don't wait for the world to see your struggle. Don't wait for someone to come rescue you. You are the rescue. You are the one who pulls yourself out of the darkness. You are the one who turns your pain into power. Rise, fight, and prove them all wrong. Prove that your silence is your strength, your struggle is your power, and your success, that's the ultimate revenge. You feel it, don't you? That darkness creeping in, whispering that you're not enough, that it's all too much. But let me tell you something. You are a warrior. And that darkness, it's terrified of you. When everyone turns their back, when the world is nothing but betrayal, silence, and cold nights, what do? You fight, you stand, you survive, you keep going, no matter how broken you feel, no matter how much you bleed, no matter how much the weight of the world drags you down, you keep fighting. Why? Because quitting, that's not an option. Not for us, not for you, not for the ones who know what it means to have their soul torn apart and still find a way to rise from the ashes. You don't break, you don't bend, you endure. Because deep down, you know there's no other choice. They'll never understand. They won't see the nights you've spent alone, crying in silence. The nights you fought your demons when no one was watching. The days you wanted to give up but didn't. They'll never know the weight of your struggle, the depth of your pain. And that's fine. Let them wonder. You didn't fight for them. You didn't survive for them. You survived for you. For that part of you that refuses to die. For that voice inside you that says, not today. Not now. You didn't fight for applause. You didn't survive for recognition. You fought because that piece of you, the one that refuses to be crushed, knows there's more to this life than just surviving. You don't need them to understand. Your strength, it's your own. So what now? What comes next? Next is pushing when the world is screaming at you to stop. Next is getting back up after every damn punch, every stab of betrayal. It's fighting when you're too tired to even breathe, but you push forward because there's something in you that refuses to let go. Next is telling the pain inside to shut the hell up. Shut up, because you've got a job to do. The world will hit you. It'll knock you down, over and over again. It'll make you doubt yourself, make you question every step you take. But the truth is, the world doesn't care. It doesn't give a damn about your pain. It won't stop until you're broken, until you're down. But here's the thing, it's not winning. You are. You are a warrior. But more than that, you're a survivor. You're the one who stands tall when your heart's been shattered into 1,000 pieces. You're the one who fights when everyone else has already given up. And you don't do it for the cheers, the applause, or the promises of glory. You do it because you have to. Somewhere deep inside, you know there's something worth fighting for. Maybe it's hope, maybe it's redemption, or maybe, just maybe, it's survival. It doesn't matter what it is. What matters is that you keep going, you keep fighting, you keep rising, no matter how many times they try to knock you down. Because one day, when they look at you, they won't just see a warrior, they'll see a legend. So rise. Rise from the ashes of your pain, your silence, your betrayal. Rebuild what's broken. Transform your scars into armor. Show the world that no matter how dark it gets, you will never give up. You will never be defeated. You will always come back stronger. The battle isn't over. The war isn't lost. It's just beginning. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there broken? Or are you going to rise, rebuild, and show the world who you really are?